going again with the Jenkins part, see, you can execute it with Git action. That's perfectly fine. But companies generally, if they have Jenkins job set up, they prefer this thing. Why? Because in Jenkins, you can set up the pipeline, the whole pipeline, what should happen first, your dev code will go, then their own unit test will be executed, then some dependency added from other team, everything. Like there is a proper pipeline you can set up one by one. So Jenkins is an free to use um, build tool, you can say, but there are a lot of other capabilities also. So again, if you are seeing this very first time, read about Jenkins, right? So just Google about Jenkins and you will get to know that previously it was Hudson, I think. The name was Hudson. So this is the website. You can download it and you can set up for the Windows, right? So it provides you a server where you can set up the job to execute different things. Okay? Basically, build your project. Build means compiling it, packaging it, and then executing it. Download it, and it will give you some exe or war file or MSI file, whatever. Then just click next, 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 done. In a page, it will ask you to user ID and password. So somewhere it will ask you to set up user ID and password for machine. Don't do that. There will be two options. So as of now, what I'm saying is when you are doing it on your local machine, uh, if it will ask you, first of all, let me give this website address, then install it. Then if the option will come to give uh, default, so there will be two options. One is without setting uh, username password, which is not recommended. It will actually tell you not recommended, not recommended, it will say. And then second option will come to set up uh, username password for domain. So this is like generally companies are using it because they keep the Jenkins also installed in their own system, like a server with their domain. There it will ask. So don't select this. I'm saying select the first one, which is not recommended, right? So there is a radio button, select this. Okay. And then next, it will ask you whether you want to install. It will ask you install um, recommended Jenkins plugin. Yes. So say yes. Okay. And once you are done, at the end, it will say launch Jenkins. So launch it. First time when you will launch, it will tell you that default admin password is present at some location. At some actually, it will tell you C drive user somewhere, go there, .jenkins, and then there is a password present, right? So there is a password. Copy that. Copy that password. It will be useful. Then there is one UI will come where you have to paste that password. And done. And whatever, like submit or done, whatever will come, do it. Okay. It will also ask you while configuring it or installing it that what port you want to use. Localhost 8080 is the default one for Jenkins. So localhost 8080. If you want to make a change, there is while installing it, change it because You may have your own server or application which is running on this port. It may be possible. So you can change it at that point. Otherwise, keep it 8080, the default one. In my system, if I say localhost 8080, so how to start Jenkins then? You just say localhost 8080. Done. So it is saying what is your username and password. I'm saying because I have set simple user ID and password, so I am just keeping it. And this is done. So yes, it will show you something like this. You will not have any job. So these are called jobs. Probably you will not have any job at your system. Um, Blank it will show, but these options you will be able to see new item, build history, manage Jenkins and all. So let's understand how we can execute our Playwright test cases from Jenkins job. Okay, what we need to do. So basically, if you want to run in your local, you can click on new item, give it a name, let's say Playwright local run. So there are two kind of run. One is you want to get the latest code from the GitHub and then you want to run. Another is you want to run on your local system as of now. Keep it, let's say, freestyle project and just say okay. So this is like we are creating a job and once this job is there, there are a lot of things you can do. You can do pre-setup, build setup, post-build setup, a lot of things. Let's give a description. This job will run playwright test in local system. Great. Go down. You can tell that where is your code. So we are not selecting Git as of now. In the next job, we will do it. And how you want to trigger it. Like you want to poll it. Poll it means you can run it like every 5 minutes or every 30 minutes. You can set up that, hey, I want to execute it every Monday morning, 8 o'clock. You can do it. So that is called, there is a pattern for the job, cron job pattern, right? So just Google about it. Cron job pattern, cron job pattern, which you can put. So examples, yeah. So you will get it. People have talked about it. So hours, minutes, second, those things come. And yeah, here are the, yeah, you can do it. So I can say, so it will execute on 9th March, 4th, 5. So if I'll say execute it like H by 20 star, 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 or something like this. So you will be able to see when it will be executed. Advertisement. 1 star. So advertisement. So it will show you when it will be executed. I forgot it how to give it, but it will show you when it will be executed next time. Something like this. Yeah. It should be like in every 20 minutes, this should execute. So you can set up the cron job pattern here to do the same. Right? I am not doing it. So there is something, if you see their documentation, they will tell you like what is the pattern, right? So first one is minute, then hour, then day, then month, then like Monday, if you want to run, right? That day it will come. Okay, something like that. I'm not going into that part, but it's a good thing to learn. You can talk with your DevOps team. They can also tell you about this. I'm going back. As of now, I don't want to poll it. Now, you can say my build setup. So based on your system or how you want to execute it, you can set up. For Windows system, you can select execute Windows batch command. For Unix or Apple machine iOS, you can say execute shell. Here, mm, you can run any DOS command or Windows batch command. Okay. So very basic command. What is that? Let's say dir. That's it. I think this is a very basic command. In command prompt, whenever I will say dir, it shows me all the directory, correct? So let's run this only just to check it is working fine or not. So I will save this, and build now will be actually to execute it. So when I say build now, it will show you the build number here, that this is started or something. This is taking time because we are doing it very first time. But it will, if you will go to the dashboard, you will be able to see this job. You can click here. Yeah. And let's click on, I think that was not clicked. Let me click it again. Build now. Build scheduled, it is saying, right? So yeah, this has come. Build number one. You can go here, say console output, and somewhere, yeah, it's executing at that location. Okay, dir command. Yeah, it is executing, is showing all the directory available there. It's like this. But I want to go to, let's say, D drive, and then I want to check. So I can configure this job again. I will say configure, and at a particular location, let's say I want to go and do dir command. So you can go to the D drive directly by saying D colon, and there is a cd command to go to a particular location. So our project is present here, right? My project is present here. So I can paste it here, that go there, and then run dir. So let's apply this. Let's save this, and let's build it. We are simply checking that what is there. Let's see the console output. See, it is showing me all the directories present inside the this particular file, which is GitHub value report, all those things, SRC folder and all. Done. So Windows command we are able to run. So now we should be able to run our npx command also, correct? So you have to set up the things related to running your local run. So I have another project. Let me copy it from there. My build thing. So yes, this one. So what if we want to do? We want to run all these things. Let me go back. Why we are doing? I'll explain. So instead of that, I want to go to the D drive. I want to go to that particular folder. npm install will install it, all the dependencies which is present at package.json. Why we are doing it? Because this is our local system, but this Jenkins server can be hosted in somewhere else also, right? In your company. So what we are doing is, okay, or in that there will be, it will go to that location, and then we are running npm install again, and we are installing the Playwright libraries. And then if required, this is optional, right? So this will give me the latest one. But we want to execute our test case, right? So these two things will come again. It's better to keep it at another batch command. So this will just install the thing. And now we will execute the real test case. So let's say we want to execute this login test only, right? As of now, to save our time. npx playwright test, same command which we run in VS Code, same thing. I want to run login test spec.ts, edit mode, and apply, save. So let's run it. So this is running on my local. It's not running on any other server, or um, it is not taking the code from the GitHub. Ideally, it should take the code from the GitHub latest one, and then it is should execute, correct? Let's see the console output for this job. See here, it is like it has put that all the packages and is running the test case now. See here, all the logs, it is going to there, it is finding out something, it is executing. Once it is executed, you'll be able to see pass or fail for your build, right? And you will be able to see your workspace also. Your workspace is this as of now. Your code is here. So though you are working from the D drive, the thing is you can still get it from here also. Let it execute. And you will be able to see the latest report. You can check the reflection here. Let me refresh it. You will see that this Playwright report index file, let's see the properties. Is there option to see the properties when it is exists? Or we can go from the folder structure. Let's go there. Where is that? Playwright report. See here, this timestamp should change once it is executed. Refresh this. Yeah, see here, 338 timestamp is changed. This should show me the latest. Only one test case is executed. Login with valid credential. Yeah, it's working fine. Perfect. Some error is there, that's perfectly fine, but we are able to execute it. Now let's set up with GitHub. Okay. So we can again create a new job, and let's give it a name. Playwright Git test. Okay. Create a new job. You can say new item, select the freestyle project there, and configure it like this. You can say that I want to take my code from GitHub. So source code when I select Git, provide your Git location. Fine. If there is a credential, you can provide the credential, but it's a open repository, so you don't have to give public repository. For public repository, it is not required. Then from which branch you want to get the latest code, /branch name you can provide. I have provided main. And then on the build action, what are the things you want to do? This time you don't have to say C drive or something, D drive or something, because by default, the code will come to the workspace. Okay. So you just say npm install, npm playwright install. So this will be installing everything once you get the code. Then I want to run this npx playwright test. I have made it parameterized, but you can hard code it what test case you want to run, or just say npm playwright test. This headed is not required basically. Just say npm playwright test. This is not required. What I have done is I have made it parameterized. So what you can do is when you are setting up the job, you can select this project is parameterized and you can get the things from the drop down. So I'm giving a parameter name, let's say spec file, and you can choose it whether you want to run this, or you can say all here, whatever. So as of now, I'm able to choose it. And then this one, I'm using it in the command. So any variable you can set up, and at your runtime, you can say percentage spec file, that variable name, and then that particular spec file will be executed. Apply it, save it. I'll show you what I'm saying. Here, when I will, so now this option will come, playwright with build with parameter. And it is asking me which spec file you want to run, login test or checkout test, right? So it's a very powerful thing where you can select what you want to do, and at the runtime, when you are passing your command, you can use these things. So I'm saying I want to run this checkout test spec, then say build. So this time it will execute those checkout test cases, right? And it is not, you will be able to see your report in the Jenkins itself in a workspace. So here is the workspace option. You will see, let it execute. See here it is showing me it is executing build number 3. How development works, you must have uh, heard about that they are making a build in Jenkins. So this is the thing. You can stop it if you want to. You can see the console output. So you can click on this arrow icon and say console output. So it will show you all the things happening on the console. It's saying that it has done this. Now it is running 2 test cases. It's like signing in and all. It's doing something. Okay, it is executing the test case. It is showing me the steps. It is doing one by one with the timestamp. This is showing India time. So that's perfectly fine as of now. And yeah, done. One failed, one escaped. Something has happened. That's perfectly fine. And where you can see the result, you can again go to the playwright. You can click on the workspace, and you have playwright report here. This one, index.html, same thing. The report, which is by default, uh, or it's better to download in a zip, because this is running on the server, right? It's not good to override this and open this. It is running on localhost 8080. You download it and then see this index.html. Fine. Generally, what people does it, they send the report. So you can configure it and you can say that I want to send this report to someone, but then you have to set up the SMTP value. Like, because Jenkins doesn't know who is recipient and who is sender and all. But there is a way to do post build action. So post build, I want to say uh, editable email notification I want to send, but to whom? So here you have to put uh, somewhere that Who will be your recipient? Uh, let's go to advanced setting. Pre-script setting is there. I'm not going into that part. I just want to show that it's possible that you send out your report you through the mail, and you can send the, see here, attachment is there, right? So you can say, I want to send all the reports here. So your report is this one, right? Playwright report. So here you can mention that Playwright report, inside that this index only if you want to send, let's say. It's up to you. .html. That I want to publish. But there are a lot of options here where you have to say that to whom you want to send, who is the sender and all. That you have to do. So let me add post build action. One more action you have to add, which is sending the email. This one is that email notification. Yes, this one, basically. So email notification will come first. So yeah, recipient you have to put to whom you want to send, right? So let's say if I am providing my email ID, so it will send the report to me. It's like this, right? Or whatever email you provide, that will be sent to this guy. But you have to set up SMTP part. It's not an easy task here. Thing is, you have to set up uh, the email server at configuration level. I'm not going into that part, but it's good to know because you'll be able to understand what DevOps people are doing, right? Go to dashboard and manage Jenkins. And here you will see, mm, yeah, system. Let's go to system. And here somewhere you set up the email port, SMTP port, the sender's email ID, those things. Simple details. It's not much difficult. Just 2 to 3 things it asks, and you can set up. Okay. It's a bit slow here, but see it, right? Search in Google, or you can use Copilot. Just search about uh, setup email, setup email notification in Jenkins job, right? So somewhere you will get it, how to do that step by step. See here, manage Jenkins, configure system, then go to email notification. You have to provide SMTP server detail. The same thing I was saying. For Gmail, it is simple, smtp.gmail.com. Either you provide 465 or 587. That's it, right? Maybe add, if you're using yourself as a sender, somewhere it will ask you sender also. See here, it is asking username, password for your email part. There you have to lose your security. So somewhere in the settings, you have to go and allow Jenkins in your Google account setup to use your user ID and password to send or receive mail, right? So that's another story. You just see some YouTube video, you will get to know what I'm saying. But it's doable. It's not difficult thing. Okay. It's doable thing to set up. the things. Here somewhere you will see the email part. I'm not configuring it as of now, but I'm very much sure that uh, email thing is there. See here, configure user email value, right? And then uh, email, yeah, extended email notice. See here, it is showing the same thing. So SMTP, which we saw is, let's say, this one, but it will come as your own company's one. Okay, it's not this. For SSL, you will do this thing. For TSL, so there is a protocol which we can use. So let's change it. And SMTP username credential you have to provide, like let's say you're saying SSL uh, credential, you have to add the credential, your Gmail ID or those things, password thing. That's it. Email suffix, what it will be, all those things. So it is configurable in your uh, Jenkins part. So give it a try, research about it, and then do it.